channel. We're thrilled to have you join us for a peaceful and enchanting journey. If you enjoy this story, please remember to subscribe to our channel for more soothing bedtime stories and relaxation content. Don't forget to activate the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. If this story helps you relax and sleep better, give it a thumbs up and feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for joining us. Now, enjoy and sweet dreams. The Weaver of Time. Part 1. The Discovery. In a secluded valley, veiled by the mists of time and nestled between ancient, towering mountains, lay the village of Eldergrove. This village, untouched by the turmoil of the outside world, thrived in serene isolation. Here, the seasons flowed like the gentle murmur of a stream, and life followed the natural rhythms of the earth. Among its inhabitants was Linnaeus, a humble weaver known for his extraordinary skills with the loom. Linnaeus's home was a modest cottage, its walls lined with shelves of colorful threads and spools of fine yarn. The air was perpetually filled with the soft clatter of his loom and the subtle scent of freshly spun wool. Each day, he wove beautiful tapestries that depicted scenes from nature, village life, and the changing seasons. His work was cherished by the villagers, yet none knew of the secret that lay hidden in his attic. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over Eldergrove, Linnaeus decided to explore the forgotten corners of his attic. Dust motes danced in the fading light as he rummaged through old trunks and crates. His heart skipped a beat when he uncovered a large, mysterious object covered in a tattered sheet. Pulling the sheet aside, he revealed an ancient loom, unlike any he had ever seen. The loom was intricately carved with runes and symbols that seemed to shimmer with a faint, otherworldly glow. As Linnaeus ran his fingers over the carvings, he felt a strange energy emanating from the loom, filling him with a sense of awe and trepidation. Driven by an irresistible curiosity, he decided to test its capabilities. Linnaeus carefully threaded the loom and began to weave. With each pass of the shuttle, the threads glowed with a radiant light, and his surroundings blurred and shifted. He saw vivid images of the past, moments long forgotten by the villagers. He witnessed the founding of Eldergrove, the struggles of its early settlers, and the many joys and sorrows that had shaped its history. But as he continued to weave, he also glimpsed the future, events yet to unfold, both wondrous and terrifying. His heart pounded with a mixture of excitement and fear as he realized the true nature of the loom. It was not just an ordinary tool. It was a magical artifact capable of weaving the very fabric of time. Linnaeus knew that this discovery would change his life forever. Part 2. The Gift. The days that followed were filled with wonder and reflection. Linnaeus spent hours at the loom, honing his newfound abilities. With each tapestry he created, he he delved deeper into the mysteries of time, learning to navigate its currents and eddies. He saw the interwoven threads of fate and destiny, understanding that each action had far-reaching consequences. He soon realized that his gift could be a powerful force for good. Eldergrove was a peaceful village, but it was not without its challenges. The villagers faced the ever-present threats of harsh winters, poor harvests, and illness. Linnaeus knew that with his new ability, he could help guide them through these trials and ensure a prosperous future. However, he also understood the grave responsibility that came with such power. The loom was a double-edged sword, and altering the fabric of time could have unforeseen repercussions. He resolved to use his gift wisely and with great care, seeking always to balance the needs of the present with the lessons of the past and the promises of the future. Part 3. The Storm. One cold winter's night, as the winds howled outside and snowflakes danced in the moonlight, Linnaeus experienced a vision that chilled him to his core. He saw a great storm brewing on the horizon, one that would bring devastating floods and famine to Eldergrove. The village, unprepared for such a calamity, would suffer greatly unless swift action was taken. Panic threatened to overwhelm him, but Linnaeus knew he had to remain calm and think clearly. He sought counsel from the village elders, sharing his vision with them in the hopes of rallying their support. At first, they were skeptical, finding it hard to believe in such mystical foresight. But Linnaeus's reputation for honesty and his deep knowledge of the village's history eventually won them over. Together, they devised a plan to fortify Eldergrove against the impending storm. The villagers worked tirelessly, guided by Linnaeus's visions. They reinforced their homes, built barriers to redirect floodwaters, and stored ample supplies of food and water. Linnaeus himself wove protective charms into the very fabric of the village, using his gift to shield it from the worst of the storm's fury. When the storm finally struck, it was fierce and unrelenting. Torrential rains and howling winds battered the village, and rivers swelled to dangerous levels. But thanks to Linnaeus's foresight and the villagers' preparations, Eldergrove withstood the tempest. The floodwaters receded, and the village emerged largely unscathed. The famine that Linnaeus had feared was averted, and the villagers celebrated their survival with gratitude and relief. Part 4. The Balance. The successful weathering of the storm elevated Linnaeus to a position of great respect and reverence within the village. He was hailed as a hero, a guardian of Eldergrove, whose wisdom and foresight had saved them from disaster. Yet, Linnaeus knew that his journey was far from over. The loom's power was a constant reminder of the delicate balance between knowledge and humility, and he was determined to wield it with the utmost care. Linnaeus continued to weave, his tapestries becoming a living chronicle of Eldergrove's history and future. Each new creation was infused with the lessons he had learned, and he used his gift to nurture harmony and understanding among the villagers. He taught them to live in tune with the natural world, to respect the cycles of nature, and to cherish the simple, timeless joys of life. He also shared his wisdom with the younger generation, passing on the secrets of the loom and the art of weaving. He emphasized the importance of balance and moderation, urging them to use their skills for the greater good and to never seek personal gain at the expense of others. Part 5. The Temptation. Despite his best efforts, Linnaeus was not immune to the temptations that came with his power. There were moments when he was tempted to alter the course of events for personal reasons, to change the past or shape the future to his liking. One such temptation came in the form of a vision of his own life, a future where he was reunited with a lost love, a woman named Ilara, whom he had cherished deeply. The vision was hauntingly beautiful, filled with scenes of happiness and contentment. Linnaeus was torn, his heart aching with the longing to be with Ilara once more. But he knew that tampering with time for personal gain was a dangerous path. The fabric of time was delicate, and even the smallest change could have far-reaching and unintended consequences. He sought solace in the wisdom of the village elders and in the teachings of his ancestors. They reminded him of the importance of selflessness and the need to consider the greater good. With a heavy heart, Linnaeus resisted the temptation, choosing instead to honor the natural flow of time and the lessons it imparted. Part 6. The Legacy. As the years passed, Linnaeus grew older, his hair turning silver and his hands lined with the marks of time. Yet his spirit remained vibrant, and his wisdom deepened with each passing day. He continued to weave, creating tapestries that captured the essence of Eldergrove and its people. His work became a testament to the enduring power of love, community, and resilience. One tranquil evening, as the sun set over the village, casting a warm golden light over the landscape, Linnaeus sat by his loom, a final tapestry taking shape beneath his skilled fingers. He wove a scene of Eldergrove, bathed in the gentle glow of twilight, its people living in harmony with nature and with each other. It was a vision of peace, of timeless beauty, and of enduring wisdom. As he tied the final knot, a deep sense of fulfillment washed over him. He had lived a life of purpose, guided by the threads of time. His legacy was not just in the tapestries he had woven, but in the lives he had touched, the lessons he had imparted, and the harmony he had helped to create. Linnaeus passed away that night, his spirit gently drifting into the fabric of the universe. The villagers mourned his loss, but they also celebrated his life, remembering him as the weaver of time who had guided them with wisdom and love. And so, the village of Eldergrove continued to thrive, its people living in harmony with the cycles of nature, guided by the timeless wisdom of Linnaeus. His tapestries, treasured and revered, became symbols of hope and resilience, reminders that time is a tapestry woven with care, and that each moment is a precious thread in the fabric of life. Part 7. The Continuation. The story of Linnaeus and his magical loom became a cherished legend in Eldergrove. The younger generations grew up hearing tales of the wise weaver who could see through the mists of time. Inspired by his legacy, many took up the craft of weaving, not just with threads, but with their actions and choices, weaving lives of meaning and purpose. One such young weaver was Alara's granddaughter, Isolde. She had inherited her grandmother's fiery spirit and her great-uncle Linnaeus's skill with the loom. Isolde was deeply fascinated by the old stories and spent countless hours studying Linnaeus's tapestries, seeking to understand the secrets woven into their intricate patterns. Isolde's journey began when she discovered Linnaeus's loom in the attic of her family's cottage. The loom, though ancient, still radiated a faint, magical glow. With a sense of awe and reverence, she began to experiment, weaving small pieces and observing the visions that emerged. She quickly realized that the loom's power was as formidable as the stories had suggested. It allowed her to glimpse moments of the past and future, much like Linnaeus had done. But Isolde was determined to forge her own path, to use the loom in new and innovative ways. She sought to weave not just time, but also the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of her people. Part 8. The Vision. One moonlit night, as Isolde sat by the loom, a powerful vision overcame her. She saw a great darkness approaching Eldergrove, a shadow that threatened to engulf the village and its inhabitants. The vision was stark and terrifying, filled with images of despair and destruction. But amid the chaos, she also saw a glimmer of hope, a possibility for a brighter future if the right steps were taken. Isolde knew that she could not face this challenge alone. She gathered the villagers, sharing her vision and her fears. Unlike in Linnaeus's time, there was no skepticism or doubt. The people of Eldergrove had long learned to trust in the wisdom of the weavers. They listened intently, their faces etched with concern, but also with determination. Together, they formulated a plan to confront the impending darkness. They strengthened their bonds with one another, building a network of support and cooperation. They reached out to neighboring villages, forming alliances and sharing resources. Isolde, with her loom, continued to weave, creating tapestries that served as guides and inspirations, reminding the villagers of their strength and resilience. Part 9. The Struggle. The darkness that Isolde had foreseen arrived, manifesting as a series of calamities: disease, drought, and conflict. Eldergrove faced unprecedented challenges, and the villagers were tested in ways they had never imagined. But through it all, they remained united, drawing strength from Isolde's visions and from the legacy of Linnaeus. Isolde herself faced immense pressure. The burden of foresight weighed heavily on her, and there were moments when she doubted her ability to lead. But she found solace in the teachings of her ancestors, in the stories of Linnaeus's perseverance and wisdom. She reminded herself that the loom's power was not just in seeing the future, but in understanding the present and making wise choices. Through her guidance, the villagers weathered the storms. They adapted and evolved, finding new ways to thrive in the face of adversity. They rebuilt what was lost, nurtured what was damaged, and celebrated their victories, however small. Eldergrove emerged from the darkness stronger and more resilient, its people more connected than ever before. Part 10. The New Dawn. With the crisis behind them, Isolde reflected on the journey they had undertaken. She realized that the true power of the loom was not in its ability to see the future, but in its capacity to bring people together, to inspire hope and courage. She continued to weave, but her tapestries now focused on the present, capturing the beauty and strength of everyday life. The villagers honored Isolde as they had Linnaeus, recognizing her as a guardian of Eldergrove, a beacon of wisdom and love. Her tapestries became a living record of their shared experiences, a testament to their resilience and unity. Eldergrove flourished, its people living in harmony with the natural world and with one another. Isolde's legacy, like Linnaeus's, was one of hope and inspiration. She taught the villagers to cherish each moment, to live fully and with intention. She reminded them that time is a precious gift, a tapestry woven with care and love. And so, the story of Eldergrove continued, its people guided by the timeless wisdom of the weavers. The village thrived, a beacon of peace and harmony in a world often fraught with turmoil. And the loom, that ancient magical loom, remained a symbol of hope and resilience, a reminder that the threads of time are woven by the choices we make and the lives we lead.